North America doesn't get much colder, nor any darker, than Alaska in winter. It's not a place for the faint-hearted, but relief is coming. After 8 months of deep freeze and darkness, things are finally changing. Light breaks through. Warmth overtakes the land. Through early spring, Alaska's north receives as much as 40 additional minutes of daylight every day. Until there is no night at all. It's a marathon of sun. And it's here we join the race. A lot of life must be lived in just a matter of months. Ice melts, cracks, and pulls away from the mainland. The water is still less than 2 degrees Celsius, cold enough to freeze a human in a matter of minutes. But the temperature is perfect for young polar bears out with their mother. For most of the year, their world is ice. Open water is a novelty, so it's a rare opportunity to capture a polar bear family on film. These two practice a type of swimming usually seen in underwater mammals. It's called porpoising. The polar bear's annual cycle is the opposite of Alaska's other animals. Winter is when they hunt on the ice and eat. Summer melts their ice, and they have no choice but to fast. They swim and laze in the sun with empty bellies, while creatures inland prepare to feast. Streams and rivers swell with melted ice and snow. By late spring, all the waterways gush. It's the best time of year in Alaska to be a carnivore. And there are 35 species here, more than in any other American state. It may not be such a good time for small, slow-moving mammals. A hungry wolf will tackle a porcupine. But it's risky. There's no safe way to approach it. Any one of those 30,000 spikes could create a festering wound or even blind the predator. It may be worth the risk closer to winter, but for now, a less prickly meal should be nearby. A lone pine squirrel is a good start. But on average, an adult wolf needs the equivalent of 12 squirrels a day just to get by. And in these sunshine months, they try to eat twice that to stock up before the lean times. In June, animals that have struggled all winter now look for summer's quick and easy meals. Crabs lingering just below the tidal mark provide just such a meal. This is where minks hunt. They are semi-aquatic, and seafood is their speciality. A large Dungeness crab may be more than this mink can handle. unless he takes just a little at a time. If this crab lives to see next summer, its leg will probably grow back. For now, hampered by its disability, the crab must negotiate one of the most powerful natural forces on the planet. The tide in Alaska's south rises and falls by up to 12 meters at a time. It is the second highest tide in the world. When it flows in, it brings with it a bounty of seafood. Birds know it. As many as 140 million seabirds flock to Alaska's coast for the summer. That's about half of all the seabirds in the northern hemisphere. When the tide recedes, it leaves a feast hidden in the mudflats. This brown bear can smell it. She weighs more than twice the average human being, and she digs for clams weighing just 50 grams each. It's possible that this is her first reliable source of meat in several months. When they sense danger, the clams can dig down more than a meter. But this causes a spurt of water, which gives away their location. And the scraps won't go to waste. An average-sized clam holds about 75 calories. One is a good start, but not enough for a hungry bear. She'd have to gobble down more than 1,000 clams to meet her calorie needs. But this is not an all-day buffet. She must race to get as much as she can before the tide swamps the area and sends her to higher ground. Not even a tree can survive on Alaska's northern slope. But the now constant sunlight triggers incredible growth. Seeds, especially adapted to withstand the cold, sprout while they can. Among the flowers, more than 200,000 square kilometers of life-giving grasses. This epic meadow draws great herds of caribou from Canada. They move around the clock to wherever the grass is greenest. A single herd can hold more than 120,000 caribou. During their annual migration, they will cover nearly 5,000 kilometers. Their young are often born on the trail and need to stay close to the herd. A calf separated from the pack is a target. Bears and wolves stalk these herds and watch for the weak. There is another predator here, more insidious and harder to shake. More than 35 species of biting insects feast in the endless daylight. These mini monsters have lain dormant all winter as eggs. Now the tundra underfoot turns to water, which triggers a mass hatching. The air is now clouded by buzzing swarms of bloodsuckers. They attack just as the caribou shed their long winter coats. Entire herds will move to avoid the mosquito menace. This group hugs the ocean and looks for a sea breeze to blow the buzzing from their backs. There's little relief, even standing in the Arctic Ocean. One of the herd tries running in circles to shake them off. After that, there's only one thing left to try. For some, the bounty of summer is tainted. It brings with it pestilence and danger. After a month or two of fine dining, brown bears in Alaska's south can rest a little easier. The sunshine is no longer endless, but there's still 20 hours of it in every day. This is a midnight nap.